Hey Extra, it's Bachelor Zach. Get ready for makeouts, breakdowns, and drama. And it's just night one.
I know you had a busy day. How are you feeling? We saw you on GMA this morning. Some of the other
Busy day. I've never traveled so much in one day in my life. Actually, the show comes pretty close, but today was unreal. Yeah, we were in New York this morning and just got in LA a couple hours ago.
And you said you didn't really sleep during the season very much, right?
Not really at all. I'd say on average, filming days were anything between like 16 to 20 hours. You're going. You're going.
How'd you deal with that? How do you do that?
Adrenaline is crazy. Adrenaline took me through the first couple weeks, hands down. But there does come a time when it's like, all right, my body's like, dude, take a break, please, for the love of God.
So the journey's just getting started. I know on
Welcome
the
back
show,
to ET,
I
the
think
new
you sent
season
Ton
of The
home.
Bachelor.
Is that right?
Yes, yeah.
Ton home. And of course, there was that weird interaction. Shouldn't judge. There was that interaction with Madison. And why did you decide that it was time to, cut her loose?
Yeah, so with Madison, and I wish her nothing but the best, but with that, situation or encounter with us, what it comes down to is you can't force it, and this whole experience to find your person is so limited, and it's either there or it's not, and you either feel a connection or you don't a lot of the time. And with Madison, it was forced and it just wasn't there, and I owed it to her to not lie to her and just keep her along, and I wanted her to know the truth, because I don't want to waste her time or anyone's time for that matter. Yeah.
We've seen in some of the promos that obviously we're used to things getting emotional, but were you struck? We saw you in tears.
Yeah.
Were you struck, surprised that it got so upsetting for you?
Absolutely. I mean, I am someone that is a generally pretty emotional guy, but I was surprised at how much it affected me. You're put in unique situations that you would never expect, like ever, by design. But there's so much at stake, and women pouring their hearts out and being vulnerable, and myself pouring my heart out and being vulnerable, and it just hurts sometimes. Like the goodbyes are the hardest part.
Yeah.
The goodbyes are the hardest part.
And we know, we have experience with you from The Bachelorette. We know that you're, determined to be as honest as you can and as forthcoming as you can. I wondered, now that you've been in this lead position, did you feel any differently towards Rachel and kind of what she was going through at the time, and change your perspective at all?
I mean, absolutely. I think for all leads, like Bachelor or Bachelorettes, like I feel like I completely understand them so much more, because there's so much that's going on that you don't even understand on the contestant side, to be honest. And I think, part of it, a big part of it, is the always going, traveling or being on every one-on-one date, every group date. Like, you got to be there. There's no off days. And so when you are going through all of this with little to no sleep, like, sometimes you make rash decisions, and sometimes you can always do things better. So I completely understand. Like, it's like I can never hold anything against any previous lead. It's yeah.
How do you describe the feeling of that first night? 30 women showing up, vying for your affection.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me how that feels.
I just was standing in front of that mansion with Jesse, and I was like, wow, like I'm like so fortunate to be here right now. Like I'm honored. I'm still a little shaken from the live finale when I forgot 5 women's names. So I vowed to myself that I would not have that issue again, and I'm looking at the camera because I did a pretty good job.
You made Bailey feel pretty good. You gave her a nice kiss.
Absolutely.
Had you planned that, or was that?
It was a little bit of in the moment, Yeah.
And is it Claire that gets your first impression rose?
Greer.
Greer, excuse me.
Greer. Yeah.
Now, what was it about Greer that
Like, what, she got the first impression rose? Yeah. With Greer, when I was like at that moment of deciding, okay, who would be be someone that like this first impression rose can go to, like who left that lasting impression. And when I looked back at it, like when my conversation with Greer, she like was able to pull me out of the chaos for a little bit and made it very comforting and relaxed. I didn't feel like I was just getting pulled every direction of like, hey, can I steal you? Hey, can I steal you? It was just very nice. And that's how, I came to that decision.
Right. What are we going to learn about you that we didn't learn watching you on The Bachelorette?
Ooh, good question. That's a good question. I would say that I don't really take things like too seriously. So, I mean, I am an emotional guy, and it's very an emotional season. But that being said, like, I was raised in a family that just is constantly like making fun of each other. Like we harass each other. We don't take things too seriously. And like I think I'm funny, but I'm really not. Like my dad jokes are terrible, and the women make sure to tell me that. So it's like I don't know. Like there's a lot more to like my playful side that last season was never really shown because it was focused on other stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You live in Austin and in California.
Yeah, splitting time right now with the show, doing a lot of time in California for all this craziness, and also just like supporting the family because they're also so excited and shocked with everything.
Now, so do any of these women who hail from Texas, do they have an advantage? An unfair advantage, maybe? An
unfair advantage? I wouldn't think so. I think it's pretty crazy though. Like from Austin or Houston, because I work in Houston a lot. I live in Austin.
Right.
Crazy that I just never met them before all this. Could have been different. Who knows?
Zach the Snack.
Oh yeah.
We didn't ask you about Zach. Your
Zach
nickname.
the Snack.
Come on, that's not a bad nickname.
There are worse nicknames. I've been saying it.
That means you're delicious. Zach.
Ooh, I like that. Zach the Snack's delicious. Ooh, that's got a thing to it. I remember hearing that, and because at the time, I was getting called Verzaki because my old, dumb DJ name back in college, and I was like, we could just leave that alone. We don't need to touch that. And heard Zach the Snack, and I'm like, yeah, it's got a ring to it. I like that and Zatchler. That wasn't too bad.
So I've heard that you are sort of a non-drama person, like you're super honest, upfront, you can't tell a lie, kind of nice qualities. So what can we expect this season? I'm imagining there's still quite a lot of drama with the ladies.
Yeah, I mean that's inevitable. It's Bachelor. There's going to be a lot of drama.
I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I was just going to say like it's Bachelor. There's going to be drama. Right. I'm someone that was raised that's if there's an issue, confront it. So in that sense, that is how some of this drama really comes to light because like I always enforce like I don't want there to be unnecessary drama, but I'm going to confront you about it, and then that's when things can spiral.
Is there one woman who stirred the pot more than? Come on, you can. I mean, we're going to.
There might have been more than one. Who knows? I don't know.
Were there any villains that we should look out for?
I don't know. I don't want to use that term. But maybe.
You're too much of a gentleman. Yeah,
but maybe.
Okay.
But maybe.
All right. Well, before I let you go,
okay.
You can't tell me if you fell in love, or you can.
I can tell you this. I found love.
You found love. All right.
But you're gonna have to watch to see what that looks like.
And you do seem very happy. So
do I give off the vibe?
You're giving off a very happy vibe.
Okay.
Lastly,
fair.
I heard that you have your dream job is to be a football analyst or commentator.
Okay, I'm gonna clear the air. That is total
Is that not true?
That's so random. They took that so out of context. They were talking about my voice, and they're like, "Have you thought about being a sports commentator? Like you played college football." I was like, "Oh, that'd be kind of cool." Dream job, and I was like, "Well, if they offer me one, I won't say no."
Yeah.
No, but no.
What you might as well put it out there, right?
Might as well, right?
Yeah,
and Jesse's like killing it with that, and I love Jesse, so like, that's perfect.